Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris and this reading is for the general collective of the twin flame soul connections out there. It will not be for everyone watching, so if it resonates with you, please comment below. And if not, be sure to check my channel for other messages you need to hear. And remember, time, energy, and gender are fluid. Feel free to reverse roles however they apply to you. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel, and tap the notification bell so you don't miss future readings. So, of course, thank you so much to all of my new and returning subscribers. You guys are amazing. I love all of your love and support of this channel. Thank you for all of the comments, the messages, the private readings, and also to those of you who have been so patient in receiving said readings as I get acclimated from coming back from out of town and dealing with all of the wonderful gifts and mysteries that the retrogrades have bestowed upon me during this time. So, for those of you who have been patient, again, thank you so much. I will be getting caught up this week and weekend. And for those of you who are brand new, please check the description box below for all of my social media links, website info, and a link to my new channel, Woo Works LLC, where I will be doing things like guided meditations coming this fall. So if that's your jam, please make sure to subscribe over there as well and share with someone who enjoys the same things. So this is going to be your mid-month musical messages edition for the month of June. For those of you who resonate with the twin flame journey or feel as if you are in separation from someone who your soul calls to, this reading could be for you, okay? It could also not be for you, so just be using your discernment when you're watching tarot readings. I know it's easy to get swept away and tangled up in the storyline sometimes, but sometimes it isn't for you, right? So if you feel like I'm not making no sense, then please don't feel bad about clicking off and having a blessed day in the Lord, as I like to say. So anyways, guys, this reading is going to be how the divine masculine is feeling at this time, the energy that is surrounding them, and what is it that they are wanting to communicate to you at this time, okay? So if you are on the twin flame journey, please understand that the divine masculine and feminine energy all exists within each and every one of us, and the roles can reverse many, many times. So depending on where you are in your own personal journey, you may resonate more with the divine feminine, or you might resonate with the divine masculine from time to time. It really just depends, okay? Each person's journey is unique. Although very much the same, right? And so I feel it is important to say too that that is exactly what the journey is about. It's about you. It's about your evolution, your journey and ascension to your highest self. And regardless of the meat suit, right? Regardless of physical union or standing side by side next to the person who you consider your person, what matters most is that you realize that you're whole and complete by yourself, with or without that person by your side, okay? So these readings are made for clarity and spiritual growth. And if, like I said, they resonate with you, please comment below. I'm very interested in hearing your story. So let's get some general energy for the divine masculine at this time. So we've got vulnerability. And again, I kind of see this role reversal here. So we know in The Little Mermaid, right? The Little Mermaid rescues the prince. But the roles are reversed here. And I feel like the reason the masculine might be feeling that vulnerability right now is because they're being called to open up their heart. They're being called to take on the energy of the divine feminine and open themselves up to true, real love. I think a lot of these masculines have been sitting or hiding away and kind of shielding their emotions from rising to the surface because they are afraid to look vulnerable or weak, okay? And so the energy right now is to allow themselves to be tender, allowing themselves to be open to love, and recognizing where perhaps it's their responsibility also to rescue and to come along and do some saving. You know what I mean? I feel like metaphorically, you know, typically you see the knight in shining armor coming in to rescue the poor damsel in distress, but we know the divine feminine to be the light carrier of the journey. Divine feminine lights the way. And so I kind of almost feel like the masculine is understanding the feminine's part of the journey and understanding how exhausting it must be to constantly be in that state of love, of being open, of being in a state of creation. It's not easy all the time. And so I think that they're really being called, like I said, to open up their heart and to be truly vulnerable and allow themselves to take on that role of the nurturer right now. Okay. So with all the retrogrades and all of this energy of going back and reflecting, like I said, the masculine could just be reflecting on that fact alone, thinking of all the times that the feminine was there for them, thinking of all the times that the feminine rescued them. And this song that came on today, and it's crazy because I was feeling really called to using the mermaid cards. And today I went on my YouTube feed, and the first thing that popped up was Maroon 5's new song, Lost. And it's got a mermaid in it, okay? And Adam Levine is basically saying, like, I was lost before I found you. And so it's such a refreshing feeling too at that moment of awakening for the masculine, where it is almost like a wave rushing over them. And it mentions that lyric in the song. As a matter of fact, I'll post the lyrics to the song in the comments below. But when I heard the song, I just got chills, because I'm like, this right here is divine masculine energy awakening to the truth. And again, I think that the masculine is understanding how the feminine has truly been there rescuing them and lighting the way for them the whole time. Right now it's their turn. There's the role reversal coming in again. So we've got air, breathing deep, entering into life, exchange of life bringing energies. So again, it's like the wave washes over you and you suddenly are able to like see things in a new light, breathe in a new way. And it's different. It's like a special communication that you have with your person, right? So perhaps again, this is that energy of the masculine, breathing in fresh air and finally like awakening to the fact that this exchange between you and them, it's necessary, okay? It's necessary as air itself, okay? You need air to breathe. I'm thinking of that stupid song, and I say stupid song because, like, whatever. So Jordan Sparks and Chris Brown, How Am I Supposed to Breathe with No Air? Okay, so obviously, that song is what it is, but it's kind of the concept, right? It's like the masculine's understanding like how necessary the feminine is to them. And it's almost like, how are they supposed to carry on without that feminine energy? Without the feminine, they need to take on that energy, like I said. So it's kind of like the exchange of roles, okay? So let's go ahead and dig into the tarot and see more about what's going on with the masculine currently. So, okay. So I didn't really ask anything in particular, but the first cards we have coming out are the Page of Pentacles and the King of Wands. So, in the masculine's current environment, we've got this energy of like putting down the foundations and living in their truth, okay? So how is the masculine currently feeling at this time? So we've got the Queen of Cups and we've got the Star. Interesting. So what is currently being revealed to the masculine at this time? Okay, we've got the High Priestess and the Three of Cups. So let's get all the cards and then I'm going to talk about them. And then finally, what is it that the masculine wants the feminine to know about their journey right now? What does the masculine want the feminine to know about their journey? So we've got the Page of Wands and the Two of Pentacles. So interesting. I love how we start with the King of Wands in their current situation. All right, let's get started and then we'll get some clarity as well. So first of all, let's get the bottom of the deck energy in their recent past. So we've got the Eight of Cups. I do feel like the masculines have been walking away from things that don't serve. I feel as if they already know, they're aware that the things they've put their energy, their love, their time, their sweat, and their tears into is not actually producing anything. Okay, as you can see, these shells are basically empty. So they know that the time they've spent in the past, I'm hearing dithering over the things that weren't giving back to them. They know that they need to go in search of true spiritual union. They know that that's exactly where they're headed and where they're supposed to be going. And they've known this all along. It's the doing it that was the issue, right? And so in the recent past, masculine is becoming aware of everything they need to leave behind in order to move towards union. So in their current environment, being the Page of Pentacles, I feel like the Page of Pentacles came up in the new moon reading I did as well. But this is the energy of starting to lay down that foundation. It's like, okay, after all the hard work that was done, they're left with this coin of opportunity. And they know they need to take things slow if they're going to bring new prosperity and a new life into the physical. They know that they need to still be the student in some sense. Okay, so this could actually be someone who recently parted ways with someone else, kind of taking everything that they have and starting to plant a seed in their own direction of stability. Okay, with the King of Wands next to it, there's a lot of passion and fire behind that though. Okay, so it's almost like on the outside, the masculine is taking their time. They're taking their time because they don't want to fuck it up again. Okay, they don't want to make any more mistakes. They want, if they are going to be putting in the effort, they want to make sure that the foundation they're laying down is going to be solid. And even if it takes extra time, they don't want to risk doing things in a way that's going to end up causing a tower moment in the future. All right. Like I said, the passion is behind it though. King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. And again, with Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is someone who doesn't take no for an answer. This is someone with passion and purpose and commitment. Okay. This is someone who goes after what they want and doesn't let anything stop them. All right. They know the direction of their soul purpose. They know where they're supposed to be headed, and they know they need to take action on these plans, putting them forth into the physical. So with the energy of how they're feeling currently, and this could also be their thoughts as well. But we do have the Queen of Cups and the Star. So again, this is that feminine energy. They know that the feminine is their true love. Okay, the feminine is not chasing this love any longer. It's like they're becoming aware of their true heart's desire. They know they want this nurturing energy, someone that loves them for who they are, but also someone that's not going to chase them down or make them feel like anything is owed. Okay, and that is the energy of divine feminine. It's nurturing, it's loving, it's accepting. This is empathy in human form, and the divine masculine knows this. They feel as if they have met someone who is finally capable of being open to love. And I don't think that that's what they're used to, right? The masculine isn't used to someone who is truly open to love. They're used to someone who is probably trying to control them, or make them feel small. And I think about, the fact that regardless of gender, okay, I feel as if women and men are both abused. But the fact is that a lot of men are forced into hiding about it, because if they're just going to let someone abuse them, then that's not very manly, right? And so I think that the masculine in their heart, they're feeling this energy of unconditional love coming from the feminine, and they know that the feminine is their wish come true. Okay, they know that they are ready to heal and renew this connection. The hope of the Star comes in after the Tower moment. And so right now, what they're really interested in is healing this love that they have with the feminine. Okay, they very much want to and are wishing to renew that connection. And again, where they realize that they've been putting in energy into previous connections that weren't giving back, now they see, oh, well, you know what? Who was actually giving back was the feminine the whole time, right? And so what's being revealed to them at this time, the energy of the High Priestess, literal, raw, divine feminine energy with the Three of Cups. What's being revealed to them is that they know intuitively deep down that they've been ignoring their intuition in the past, okay? They're being awakened right now, and they're understanding that balance is needed within this connection. If there has been third-party situations in the past, this masculine is opening their eyes to their role, okay, and how they were responsible for those things, just as much as you are, feminine. So I think right now what's being revealed too is the fact that union is just around the corner. Union is possible. Okay, Three of Cups is a reuniting energy. It's friendship, it's trust. Okay? And I think that's also hitting the masculine at this time. It's like they've always been able to depend on the feminine, and the feminine has always been there with open arms for the masculine. It's like now they're seeing that the one they should have trusted all along and who they should have been uniting with is the divine feminine. Okay, High Priestess has her secrets. So we talk about how like things sometimes aren't really revealed to us when we want them to be, because we're not actually ready to receive the message. And so what I'm hearing now is like the masculine is taking this breath of fresh air, and they're starting to see these things that they've been hiding from themselves before, and they know that they've been like hiding. Okay, they know they've been hiding this, but they also know that it's possible. What's required though, and what they want you to know at this time, feminine, is that they are in the beginning stages of making this happen. Okay, the Page of Wands is the inspiration, it's the match. Okay, it's the ignition, it's the feeling of being ready to take that risk into the new direction in which you've been passionate about. And so with the Two of Pentacles showing up after that, they want you to know that they're juggling a lot right now, that they are in kind of a situation where a lot is changing around them, but that they also understand their role in these changes. Okay, they know that it's their responsibility to roll with these changes and adapt if they're going to bring this new beginning into the physical. Okay, so as of right now, like I said, you might feel very detached from your masculine. You might feel like they're millions of miles away, but they want you to know that the changes that are happening for them in their environment right now are absolutely necessary in order for them to finally take action on this idea of the life that they could have with you. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some clarity. And I'll be using the White Sage Tarot. Oh my gosh, these cards are busting out. So to clarify the present situation, we've got the Ace of Swords. So let's clarify their heart space. The Emperor. Yeah. And I love how the Emperor landed on top of what they want you to know as well. So, interesting. And so let's go ahead and get clarity for what's being revealed to them at this time. Temperance. Yes. Getting slapped in the face with that Temperance card, Divine Masculine. And then finally, what is it that they want you to know? We've got the Empress, oh my gosh, and the Page of Cups. So feminine, for some of you, this might be absolute confirmation beyond a doubt that this person is on their way, okay? That is what they want you to know. They're on their way. And they want you to have patience, okay? They want you to have patience with them. So let's talk about, actually first, let's talk about the bottom of the deck to clarify the Eight of Cups. We've got the Knight of Cups, okay? So it's like they're aware too that by walking away from whatever wasn't working, that they still have the ability to come forward as the true like knight in shining armor essentially and make this love offer. It frees them up to move in the direction of their true love. Okay, Knight of Cups is about romance. And also I feel like taking a risk on love, wearing your heart on your sleeve and acknowledging the emotions perhaps that have been bubbling below the surface. Okay. The Knight energy too is not quite a king. But I do also feel like this speaks to the fact that these roles right now that are reversing are kind of signifying the masculine is maturing as well. Okay. I think that they know that it needs to be their effort in moving forward and making this romantic offer, especially since, like I said, in the past, the masculine hasn't been open. They haven't been vulnerable. They've hidden away, and they've basically lied to themselves about what this connection truly means. Okay. So, again, the general energy of vulnerability is, it's as necessary as air. Okay. Vulnerability is not a weakness. And I think that's the misconception that the masculine energy has. By being vulnerable about their feelings and about what they truly need to survive. Okay. Love, nurturing, kindness. They need the energy of the divine feminine. Not because, they need the person per se, like that song, how am I supposed to breathe with no air? Like, that sounds a little desperate if you ask me. Insinuating that like a person is going to like provide you with the basic necessities of life, that's, no, I don't like that, right? We're whole and complete on our own. And that's a part of the masculine's journey as well, is awakening to those facts and having those realizations that the masculine and the feminine exist within them. Okay. It's time to stop closing the door to that vulnerability and opening their hearts to it, allowing themselves to truly experience that wave of fresh air by admitting, okay, by just simply admitting their true feelings. Okay, so with the Ace of Swords coming in to clarify, gosh, the light in here is awful. So with the Ace of Swords coming in to clarify their present situation, I do feel like what's happening for them right now is they are receiving this clarity from the universe, okay? This could come in as an unexpected message to them, or just having like that lightning bolt strike, like, aha, now I see. Ace of Swords is communication, it's truth. And with this like red string tied around the Ace of Swords, it's like, again, the clarity that they're starting to see is that this connection is actually destined. Okay. It's a part of their soul plan and purpose. And they're aware that now they need to start taking action when it comes to how they communicate moving forward. Okay. With the Emperor coming up to clarify their feelings, I think that they're feeling this energy of being in control and taking action, right? We know the Emperor is literally divine masculine. So they're feeling that energy because, like I said, the feminine is in that energy of nurturing and loving. They're starting to come up and rise up into their true nature and understand the duality of the connection. Okay. I think that also they know now who they truly are based on their epiphanies and clarity about the feminine. So perhaps maybe they received some information about you, feminine, or again, they're seeing things in a new light. They're receiving some sort of clarity regarding you and this connection. And that is why they're rising up in this energy now. Okay. They're seeing the truth of who you really are. They're feeling that unconditional love. They're feeling the hope that this connection can be renewed, but they're also understanding their role. Okay. They're understanding that it's also their responsibility to make something happen and take charge of the situation. It's not just going to happen out of thin air, right? And although temperance comes into play in what's being revealed to them, okay, for a lot of you, this could simply be divine intervention. Okay. What's being revealed to the masculine right now is that everything happens for a reason, that this connection is being divinely guided, that all of the time that they've spent, again, dithering in old situations or finding this balance within them, it was all for a reason, because behind the scenes things were being lined up for a much bigger purpose. So I think of like serendipity and like the stars aligning in this sort of an energy. And with this blue butterfly, blue representing communication, butterflies representing freedom and transformation, and these two cups balancing this energy, it's like impossible for them to ignore anymore, right? The blindfold has been taken off of their third eye, and now they're awakening to the fact that this union, this reunion, is inevitable. And maybe it's something that they've been hiding from or running from, but they've been shown recently that there's nothing to run from. Okay, there's nothing to run from. They've just been running from themselves. And while doing so, the universe has been conspiring all along, right? To bring upon these, maybe whilst they go off on long, curvy back roads, they always bring you back to the final point and realization and aha moment of the Ace of Swords. Okay, so the Empress and the Page of Cups coming in as what they want you to know. Basically, they want you to know that they know, that you know that they know, that you know that they know that you are their divine feminine, okay? You are their true empress. Anyone else that's been in this person's environment, they already know that they're not the real deal, okay? They know that whoever they've entertained in the past was not their true divine feminine counterpart. Okay, while some of them may have been with someone pretty close, or whether they're realizing now that this person that they're walking away from, or this situation, friend, family member they're walking away from, wasn't actually serving a purpose and that they were simply there to show them the light, they understand that what's required now is this offer of love, okay? This offer of an apology even, perhaps. And, you know, as a divine feminine myself, I oftentimes think of this like, I really hope that like my divine masculine doesn't feel pressured like I'm expecting an apology, if that makes sense to anyone. Like, I went through a long phase where I was like, you know, I deserve an apology, right? I deserve an apology for how things went down. I deserve an apology for being abandoned or left by the wayside, forgotten. All of the things that I felt because my ego was running the show, okay? Now, 2 years later, I truly feel like if my divine masculine were to apologize to me, I would be like, please don't. Just don't. Don't apologize. There's no need to. Everything that happened for a reason. And it led me back to you. It always leads back to your divine masculine, whether you like it or not. Okay. And for those of you who are resonating with the twin flame journey, you know what I'm talking about. It's like no matter how hard you run, how much you push it away, how much you try to slap logic on it or explain it to somebody, it is not you cannot explain these connections. It's not logical. It doesn't make any fucking sense. It's crazy. But at the same time, is it? Because I know for those of you who are still sticking with me in this reading, I know you've experienced some very, very specific signs and synchronicities that are way more than just coincidental, okay? And I think that that's something that your divine masculine is also starting to recognize. That no matter how hard they run, they never actually had anything to run from. Okay, they know that they need to come forward with this offer of love, and they need to make it new, right? And it might appear to just be like, you know, something small, okay? But they know that they need to make the effort. They know that they need to come in with something genuine. And they perhaps need to address the unrealistic expectations that the both of you had at the start of this journey, okay? So for those of you who feel like I said, like maybe you deserve an apology, you very well might. But at the end of the day, like there's nothing that words can ever really say to fix or to heal anything from the past, okay? Those things happened for your spiritual growth, and that's why you're on this journey. So the masculine wants you to know that they're putting in the work, they're working slowly, okay? But they're doing so because they don't want to mess it up or jeopardize this connection in the end, okay? What they're truly wanting to do is move towards union. But like I said, it's going to require some level of growth still from them. They need to fully be open and vulnerable to what this connection has to offer, okay? So let's get a card from the messages from the mermaids and see perhaps what is challenging this divine masculine at this time. What is challenging the divine masculine at this time? Anything else? This could also come up as a challenge for you, Divine Feminine, as lots of times, whether you realize it or not, you end up mirroring your counterpart, okay? So, first of all, we've got feelings on the bottom of the deck. So, feelings makes me think of like, where's that from? Sesame Street? God, this reading has taken a turn. So I feel like a big challenge for the mutual energy here is being honest about feelings and letting those feelings actually rise to the surface and be exposed, right? Because, exposing your feelings isn't easy. It's hard. It's hard. And I consider myself a divine feminine, and sometimes it's hard for me to communicate my feelings, okay? And a lot of times I use songs to do that. But overall, I feel like once those feelings are exposed, it might seem a little bit raw. It might seem a little bit like an open wound. But again, these are feelings that have been marinated over for a long time, probably for some of you. And again, with this Page of Pentacles energy coming in their situation, they don't want to put any more energy into anything that's not going to be a stable situation for them, okay? So we've also got decisions and healing. So I love how decisions comes up as we have the Two of Pentacles. And then this healing energy reminds me a little bit of that Temperance and Three of Cups energy as well. So the challenge here is making that decision, okay, to heal the connection, and also the Star. All right, that is the challenge. It's actually doing it that's going to be difficult, okay? The decisions that we make moving forward will basically shape the future, okay? And I think Spirit is wanting you to really think about whether or not you've actually healed from the situation, okay? For some of you, and not all of you, the fact that you've not come into physical union with your twin flame could just simply be for the fact that both of you still need healing to happen in your lives. And we talk about this a lot, especially if the Eight of Cups is in the recent past. It takes time to heal from those situations. And again, the decisions that you make are shaped from your past and the things that didn't work, which moving forward, I'm pretty sure the challenge essentially might just be the length of time in which it takes to make this happen, okay? So as feelings are acknowledged, as things come to the surface, new things may need to be healed. And like I said, decisions need to be made in order to shape the future of what you're trying to manifest into your lives, okay? So let's get some advice from Spirit and see what is the word moving forward. Okay, so we've got rescue, which I think is funny. We talked about Little Mermaid earlier and how she, rescued Prince Eric. Help others in need or ask for assistance when you need it. So as advice moving forward, I mean, this could just simply be saying that, at this time, the divine masculine is healing, okay? Perhaps they were in need of a rescue. And they're realizing, like I said, their role in how they need to move forward. Helping others in need or asking for assistance. So basically, I think that right now, if there is something that's needed from the masculine in involving these decisions that are needing to be made, they could be relying on others to help them get through it. They could also be getting in that energy of the Queen of Cups and that feminine energy we were talking about and feeling called to help others. But remember, the energy that you put out is what you get back, okay? So when you are in that nurturing energy of the Queen of Cups, when you are being helpful, or when you are assisting others who need help, that energy is going to come back to you tenfold. So we also have communicate. Things left unsaid will never reach the shore. So Spirit is urging communication, okay? Again, talking about the feelings thing, things can't be acknowledged and healed if they're not talked about, if there's no communication, okay? And I think also that could be a sign for some of you that communication is coming in. And for some of you, it might happen a lot quicker than you're expecting, okay? As we come down off of this energy of the eclipses and we move into a more calm energy, coming into the Capricorn full moon, things are going to be taking off in a different way, especially since we've got Mercury in retrograde now in Gemini. A lot of things surrounding the energy of communication and how we communicate with people, okay? So again, maybe some realizations happening right now for the Divine Masculine and like, again, how can they come forward with this genuine offer if they're not honest about their feelings, if they don't communicate how they've been feeling or what's been going on during this time of separation, okay? And we've got determination. Don't be afraid of the rising tide. It will soon recede. So this is also another message of keeping the faith, okay? During a crazy time like this with retrogrades and eclipses, emotions may be running high within you. You might be struggling to keep the faith because things don't look the way that you want them to look in the physical, okay? But right now isn't the time to worry about those things. Now is the time to stand strong in your truth, okay, and know that this energy will soon subside. It will eventually, okay? So during a time like this where the energy is kind of chaotic, it's important to communicate your true feelings, your true thoughts, and literally just stay tenacious about where you're trying to go with this connection. Remember that the thoughts and the words that you speak are manifested into your physical reality, okay? So focus right now on what it is that you're trying to manifest and be determined in keeping the faith of that vision. So musical messages coming your way. And since it is Mercury retrograde, I went ahead and dipped back into the musical messages volume 1. So let's see what messages Divine Masculine has for you as we move through the end of the month. Wow, so we've got always something there to remind me. Interesting. What else do we have? Okay, so you've got a big chunk coming out, so I'm just going to flip through them. Oh my God, there's like 1,000. Okay, so we've got always something there to remind me. So I will never be free. You'll always be a part of me. There is always something there. Dude, that song comes on like every day, I swear. Every single day I hear it. We've got losing my religion. Every whisper of every waking hour, I'm choosing my confessions, trying to keep an eye on you like a hurt, lost, and blinded fool, REM. So when I hear this song, I think to myself, like, Divine Masculine is questioning everything right now, okay? Losing my religion. This person could have been very religious or been very entrenched in family values, and they're starting to choose a different path, okay? They're starting to choose a different path, and they're definitely keeping an eye on you and the situation, like a hurt, lost, and blinded fool. So again, that song Lost is coming to my mind. Like, they've been lost without you, feminine, and they're realizing that now. We also have Waiting for a Girl Like You by Foreigner. It's more than a touch or a word can say. Only in dreams could it be this way when you love someone. So again, the logic perhaps that they've been trying to paint over this situation, they're starting to see like, actually, I've been asking for Divine Feminine. I've been manifesting Divine Feminine, and they're starting to realize that they've been standing in their own way, okay? They've been standing in their own way because they've been denying the connection because it's not logical to them. Everything they've been shown in real life doesn't line up with this like dream girl, right? This dream person that they suddenly came across, and they're starting to acknowledge like, I've been waiting for you too. Okay, they feel like only in dreams could it feel like this, and they're starting to acknowledge that what that feeling is love. Okay, I'll stand by you. Ah, when the night falls on you, you don't know what to do. Nothing you confess could make me love you less, by the Pretenders, okay? I'll stand by you. I love that song. Won't let nobody hurt you. I love this. I feel like no matter what, the masculine wants you to know that they are standing by you. They do want you in their life. They do want you by their side. And it doesn't matter what truth that they find out about you, feminine, or what truth you might say to them. It's not going to change how they truly feel about you. They're not going to stand by anyone else. So we've also got in my life, but of all these friends and lovers, there is no one compares with you. So the Beatles, I feel like perhaps this masculine for some of you could be dealing with someone who has had a lot of lovers, or if not, they've basically just met a lot of people, right? Maybe they've had a lot of encounters, and of all of the things they've experienced, your connection is what sticks out in their mind. Okay, there's nothing else that compares to the true Empress, the true divine feminine. So we also have Adore You by Harry Styles. I'd walk through fire for you, just let me adore you, like it's the only thing I'll ever do. So when I see the King of Wands, I think of that energy, okay? It's like they are very passionate. They are very enthusiastic about making this happen. And they want you to know that they would risk it all for you, but it's going to require some precision and planning, okay? We've also got Magic by Olivia Newton-John. So this is from Xanadu. Building your dream has to start now. There's no other road to take. You won't make a mistake. I'll be guiding you. You have to believe we are magic. Nothing can stand in our way. So I think that also what they want you to know is that this defies logic. Okay, this is magic, the connection that you share. And they do want to build this dream. They don't want to take any other side roads that are going to take them on some long and twisty back road adventure. Okay, they want to be there for you. And again, as I mentioned, they don't want to make any mistakes. They want to believe in the connection, and they want to be open to it. We've got More Than Words by Extreme. How easy it would be to show me how you feel. More than words is all you have to do to make it real. Then you wouldn't have to say that you love me because I'd already know. So I think too, this speaks to like the telepathic connection perhaps that you share with your divine masculine. They know that the feeling they have for you is love, whether they've actually said it or not, whether you've actually spoken those words to one another. They know that this defies logic. It defies any words that could possibly be said. We've also got Edge of Desire by John Mayer. So young and full of running, all the way to the edge of desire. Steady my breathing, silently screaming, I have to have you now. So I think that the passion is rising for the masculine in a sense where the more time they spend apart from their feminine, the more determined they are, the more passionate they are about communicating their truth. And so that part about like silently screaming, I mean, that must be how it feels, especially when, you know, again, you want to communicate with someone so badly and you feel like for some reason there's something that's stopping you or standing in your way, okay? And then finally, when you, oh, I love this song. When you came into my life, you make me dream by the look in your eyes. You give me the feel I've been longing for. I want to give you my soul all my life because you're the one I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for so long. Scorpions. So again, waiting for a girl like you, waiting for so long, the Temperance card coming out, Edge of Desire, all of this energy with my really crappy singing in this video, might I add. So sorry, but I'm feeling a little congested. So I feel very strongly like whoever's divine masculine this is, they're getting to that breaking point where they just can't take it anymore, okay? They're understanding that everything that they've done in the past hasn't worked for them, and all of this time that they've denied the connection, or that they've run from the connection, or chosen to lie to themselves about who they truly are and who you truly are to them, it's causing this tension and this energy that's building up and about to explode, okay? They know what they need to do. They know that they need to come forward and be honest about how they feel. And again, for some of you, that might have already happened, okay? With this retrograde energy, and people I've spoken to, clients of mine, have also been saying that their twin flame has reached out to them. that has made communication with them after a really long period of time, or again, serendipitous events that have like led them back to their twin flame in the physical. So for those of you again who are still waiting on communication from your twin flame, understand, I say it all the time, that you are the creator of your own universe. Okay, you are the manifester, you are the person who is in charge of creating your reality. All right, so if you feel like you're far away from your masculine, or you feel as if there's that energy that's keeping you apart still, it's time to go within and reflect on ways that perhaps you've not been honest with yourself. Okay, so again, lots of realizations happening for this masculine, a lot of energy, basically saying the same thing: determination, willpower, waiting, being tired of waiting, silently screaming, and all of this energy that basically suggests that the masculine has had enough. Okay, they're ready to move towards spiritual union. They're leaving behind toxic energy and things that aren't working for them, and they're starting to open up their hearts and allow themselves to be more vulnerable to the truth. Okay, so for those of you who are still with me, I hope that this made sense. I hope that it resonated for you, and also I will be putting out zodiac readings as of next week, so look forward to those as we are going to be moving into Cancer season. Okay, so that's another thing, guys. We're about to move into Cancer season, which is all about the emotions. Okay, Cancer being ruled by the moon, and things coming to the surface, being illuminated. So for those of you who have been waiting, this, like I said, this reading could be for you. This could be your season. You just have to will it to be so. Okay, so I hope that those of you who have resonated with this reading, comment below. And again, thank you for dealing with my like shitty singing and my congestedness. Anyways, I love you guys, and I will see you soon. Bye.